All right. You guys will not believe. Well, you guys probably already know, but if you don't know, then you will not believe what happened while I was taking my break from streaming. I streamed for 12 straight days, for 12 days from Christmas or December 14th up to Christmas Day. And, took a lot out of me. Took a nice break from streaming for like a week. And now I'm back. First day of the year. And literally just a couple days ago during my break, one of the most notorious conservatives on the internet, possibly the largest, most influential conservative on the internet right now, basically had his entire shit get pushed in. There's really no other way to put it, I guess. Introducing Andrew Tate, professional rapist. While you look at this image of him, I want to give you guys a fun fact about human biology. In the vast majority of cases, if somebody has a penis, the tip of their penis will be the same color as their lips. This is also true for their nipples. So, I'm just gonna let you sit with that knowledge. Ethan said this during Xanmas. Yeah, Ethan's actually the one who told me this, and he followed it up with, "Good luck ever looking at another man's face the same way again." So, yeah, pretty cool. Fuck off, Xander. I didn't need that image. Is this true? I've never looked. Check right now if you have a cock. I get a mirror and get a cock and check, all right? It's real. You got like a boyfriend or something and you're a girl, go tell him to drop them. Tell him to drop those pants and pull back that foreskin and purse those lips. and purse those lips up. Get some light. Get some light so we can see like fuck, it's true. Wait, everyone in chat is confirming it's true. Oh, that's great. Yeah, Andrew Tate, the tip of his cock is no doubt the same color as his bizarre fucking lips that he constantly has in like this sort of, yeah, he's constantly doing the, what's it called when you do the light, yeah, doing that light skin stare. No, God, I saw a meme of that. Oh God, who's seen that? Don't repeat it. No, it's okay. It's okay. Who's seen that game High on Life by Justin Roiland? Hold on. This is a Sunlock I'm fine with. There it is. I feel like he's embodying it right there. It's perfect. All right, amazing Stunlock. Back to it. So, Andrew Tate, possibly the most famous misogynist. Like, would you guys agree? Andrew Tate ass Bussy might actually be the most famous misogynist on earth. Besides, I guess Donald Trump. Maybe Donald Trump would be more of a famous misogynist. That could be the case. But Andrew Tate, as far as the internet is concerned, basically the world's... Yeah, Elon Musk maybe beats him out. But honestly, Elon Musk is a fan of Andrew Tate. So I think Andrew Tate takes the cake. Say that 5 times fast. Andrew Tate takes the cake. As fast as you can 5 times. You can't do it, I guarantee it. If you can, record yourself and send it to me on Twitter, and I'll retweet it if you actually pull it off. That said, Andrew Tate has basically been this sort of glowing arbiter of how bad it can get. If you don't know what I mean by that, then you probably haven't been in this space very long. You see, back in the Gamergate era, there was this sort of critical mass of the most horrific people with the most horrific politics gaining massive mainstream popularity and acceptance, right? Like mainstream open neo-Nazis had people that were like open mainstream like centrist types that had massive audiences saying, no, I'm just listening to what they have to say. It's just, accepting ideas and whatnot. This is back during like the Gamergate era and like the post Gamergate era, just the time around then, like 2014 to 2017. And I think a lot of lefties back then could only think to themselves, how bad can it get? How popular can a figure be while still being so openly abhorrent and still get away with it with all this claims to euphemism, and it's just a joke, it's just trolling, it's just a character, it's just a meme. I think that like Alex Jones, Donald Trump, and Kanye West have all done a pretty good job of proving that you can go pretty far as it goes, being a pretty horrific human being, and you will have normies and centrists defend you by saying you're just playing a character. Nobody could possibly be this genuinely this bad. They must just be a character or whatever, right? And I think Andrew Tate has kind of been the most extreme version of that, right? Like, the guy has literally gone on rants before about how he has like criminal affiliations where he could make like a phone call and have someone killed. He's admitted he moved to Romania. Actually, does anyone have the clip where he talks about why he moved to Romania?
This is probably 40% of the reason I moved to Romania, because in Eastern Europe, none of this garbage flies.
Yeah.
If you go to the police and say he raped me back in 1988, they're going to say we should have done something about it then. If you go to the police and say he raped me yesterday, say, okay, if you got physical evidence, or is there CCTV proof? Where did it happen? Okay, let's go interview him right now. And if it wasn't really rape, I'd say, we went to the club, we got drunk, she agreed to go back to my house, we started having sex, and then we carried on having sex, and then we had sex, and she didn't say anything wrong, and then she texted me afterwards, and I didn't text back, and now she's saying I raped her. The police would be like, okay, she's an idiot, bye. But no, not in the West. In the West, you can tell them that exact story, you're still fucked. You're fucked in the West. When people say, why did you live in Romania? And I explain my 5 reasons. One of them is the Me Too era. They go, oh, well, you're a rapist. I say, no, I'm not a fucking rapist. But I like the idea of being able to just say, to do what I want. I like being free. And if you're a man living in England or Germany or America...
I'm not a rapist, but...
or any of the Western world right now, you've decided to live in a country where any...
That's never something that you should have to say. Listen, guys, I'm not a rapist, but like that's a situation where you should get really worried when you hear "but" after the "I'm not a rapist." Okay?
Woman, any ex, any fucking bitch who works at Greg's who you bought a pasty from, at some point in the future can destroy your life. This Me Too era bullshit has not protected women. It's just destroyed the safety of men.
So you guys know how I have said a billion times that generally speaking, a woman's greatest fear in regards to like sexual assault and rape is that they'll be sexually assaulted or raped. And the data kind of shows that that is a pretty real fear to have. Not so much like the Law and Order SVU intro segment, like, oh, you're pinned down in an alley and or whatever. I mean, that happens, but typically it's like, much like a lot of crime, it's interpersonal. It happens between like people that already knew each other, right? Like in the same community, family, friends, or relationships that already existed. I mean, it's a real thing. And when you look at the data, yeah, there is real concern that a lot of women have, like when it comes to being sexually assaulted or raped. I mean, hell, we're literally looking at a guy who was reeling in women from all around the world to Romania to like basically keep them against their will and sex traffic them. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of reasons for women to be worried, right? And dudes' biggest fear in regards to this is being falsely accused of rape, sexual assault, or other kinds of sexual impropriety. And while it's certainly not a non-existent problem, like false accusations, they do happen all the time. Like, I won't deny they're happening all the time. Though, per capita, for every false allegation that is made, literally at least 10,000 real allegations are swept under the rug or never see the light of day. There are dozens of thousands, or not dozens of thousands, dozens of hundreds of rape kits that are just expiring and leaving like the ability for them to be tested and figure out like who did it, sitting in like police stations all around the country. Like many of these rape kits that were from cases where children, like young girls or boys, were raped by adults, and like they're just, who cares? They pile up and the statute of limitations passes in a lot of these cases. So let's be clear. Women have a lot to worry about, typically. And yes, rape does happen to men, but let's be real. It's societally speaking, broadly speaking, it's typically like women are usually victimized with rape by cis men, right? Like heterosexual cis men typically. So you can understand how there's a little bit of an incompatibility, right? When you've got people who have a realistic worldview, like, yeah, we should try to raise awareness about the tendency for women to be taken advantage of by men in positions of power that can extort them, right? And that is what the Me Too movement is at the end of the day, at least what it was centrally focused on. And then you've got a bunch of young guys who are misinterpreting the messaging and or being fed lies by propagandists like Andrew Tate, telling them that this movement is actually a movement that is trying to degrade the standards of proof needed to consider someone a sexual predator. So what young guys feel like, because this is what I felt like and was genuinely terrified of as a teenager, and funnily enough, it did end up happening to me as a YouTuber, but as I've said a million times, it's the false allegation thing is the kind of thing that happens to content creators, because doing that to a content creator, depending on like what the allegations are, can result in some profit. But just doing that to some random dude, you know, is usually just, what do you gain from that? Like, and it wasn't even, it was like Thought Slime, just some random person just made some shit up and lobbed it at me. So not exactly like women going too far with the Me Too shit. Not exactly what happened there in my situation. That said, though, I was genuinely afraid of this when I was in that sort of conservative period of my life when I was in high school. I was genuinely afraid that, like, say I went to college or, I got into my first jobs and stuff. I was genuinely worried that, like, I could look at a girl for, like, too long and she could, like, tell my boss I was looking at her boobs and then I could get fired or, like, arrested or sent to, like, I was genuinely afraid that was where society was headed. Like, I had thoughts where it was like, man, I'm gonna have to, like, I was literally like 16 years old thinking, man, they really should invent those consent waivers for, like, before sex, because, like, these false allegations are getting crazy. Like, we gotta do something about this. There's gotta be some way of confirming consent, like proof of, like, that is the kind of shit that teenage boys that watch Andrew Tate are thinking to themselves before they even watch Andrew Tate. That is the mindset they are in before they even get to this. They have such a intangible grasp of consent and understanding of it, because we don't teach it in schools, that they think that they think that a solution to this problem would be a waiver that you sign to agree to sex. They think that would be like a solid bulletproof way to solve it, when it just goes to show how little they understand about it and how little we've educated our youth in this country about consent. With that said, Andrew Tate and other propagandists like him feed on this fear. They feed on this fear of, like, Me Too has gone too far. Women are coming to get you. Any ex-girlfriend you've had that hates you now can just claim that you raped her and, your life's over and you're done. Like, that's the kind of thing that these guys are preying on. That's the kind of propaganda these guys like to spread. Now, there's another thing these guys appeal to. They appeal to the types of people that are like, my dad has a better car than yours, right? Have you ever noticed an Andrew Tate fan? Like they'll have like a Bored Ape profile picture on Twitter. I should also include this. Andrew Tate runs a pyramid scheme. You can literally pay a shit ton of money to join a pyramid scheme that's all about spreading Andrew Tate's content. So have you guys ever wondered why you can't escape Andrew Tate's clips of Andrew Tate and videos of Andrew Tate? The people who spread those clips and videos around are part of his MLM. They're part of his pyramid scheme. Part of his hustle culture, like Hustlers University thing, is repost clips of me and spam them everywhere. That's literally why you can't escape his content. The people that are victims of his pyramid scheme are helping to spread his name and spread his content to help grow grow his platform. And so you'll see these people who clearly have paid quite a bit of money and rely on Andrew Tate being successful for them to continue to make money. If you're somebody who's like bought some token that Andrew Tate recommended, like some cryptocurrency, like a crypto that he recommended, maybe even a crypto that he owns or something, and is going to do a rug pull scheme on, like these guys like to do, or like you bought some NFTs he rolled out, or even if you're just somebody who enrolled in Hustlers University and you're spreading around his clips online and you're trying to get, hustle and get that bread, you rely on Andrew Tate continuing to do well and being, well known and successful for yourself to be successful. So his fans, the people who have actually paid the guy, ride or die with this motherfucker. You'll notice, now as we move into what's just happened recently, Andrew Tate was recently raided. His home was raided by Romanian police. I just played a clip in which he talks about how he moved to Romania because it's so corrupt and it's harder to get falsely Me Too'd up there, or up and over there, I assume. I'm pretty sure Romania is the north from where I am now in Southern California. And yet he still got busted for sex trafficking, which is pretty hilarious. Like, he went to somewhere where he thought he'd be able to get away with sex trafficking and then still got. Now, to be clear, this wasn't because of pizza boxes being shown or anything like that. Andrew Tate and his brother, Tristan Tate, have both been under investigation for sex trafficking and, this shit for a while now, like a year or something like that. And this was the day that, the hammer came down, I think. So let's go ahead and take a look at the video and the police report. Crazy seeing NBC News cover this video. God, look at that compound. Listen, one thing that I will compliment Andrew Tate on is outside of some of the color choice, I do think they've gone a bit too far on the black. I like using black and dark gray as a color palette for paint and decorations for a house. That's how my house will be decorated in Seattle. But they've done it the inside of a dispensary. You ever been to a dispensary where it's they painted all of the walls matte black, put up black lights and dim the lights down really low, and you're in the dispensary lounge and that's it reminds me of a dispensary lounge in there. A little too much. I definitely think they could have gone with a little bit of contrast, For geography reasons, Romania borders Ukraine. Holy shit, any Ukrainian viewers in chat? Never mind, I shouldn't finish this. I shouldn't finish this bit. I realize that there are rules. Guys, one day, there's going to be a lefty streamer compound, all right? It's going to be me and Vosh and Shark and Demon Mama and fucking all of our editors and all of our, you're going to have fucking, a pillow's going to be there. We're going to have, who else? Who else is going to be there? We can get, Parallax, yeah. We can get Parallax, Conyer. Yeah, we're going to get a massive streaming compound. It's going to be just like the Tate compound, but it's going to be in America, and there won't be any sex trafficking. It's going to go hard, bro. Can I come? You got to start making content, Balth. Or you can, we can rent out a property, a bit of property for you to run your game shop out of on the compound. Leftist type house. Here's the thing. If you want to have a successful compound with other content creators who are adults and you don't want to fall apart in disaster, you have to achieve a few very important things, okay? Everybody has to have literally all of their own, everything, right? Their own refrigerator, their own kitchen. Yeah, Keffels would be invited. Their own refrigerator, their own kitchen, their own bathroom, their own shower, their own, fucking closets, their own beds. The walls have to be thick with doors that are thick for, the sake of a lot of privacy. That would be very necessary for something like that, because nobody, basically every room would have to be in an apartment. Would have to be its own, studio or better sized apartment with unironic, super padding between the walls so people can stream and record in there and yell and be loud and it doesn't disturb anyone else. And also, people want to be able to fuck, right? People want to be able to fuck, so there's got to be, entrances that aren't, central to go straight into your place, like secretly, so you can kind of discreetly have someone over and like block out the sound. Like there's a lot of engineering and thought process that has to go into it, but I've watched a whole fucking lot of streamer houses and content creator houses rise and fall in my day, and I've taken note of everything that caused them to fail and marked it down, because I would love to be part of a content creator house one day, at least for some period of time. I think that would be super fucking fun.
I'm actually watching piece of lie.
Why do you say the birds? Are the accusations realistic?
The Matrix has attacked me.
We'll get into that in a minute. I like how he flashes his little sign, his gay little hand sign at the camera. It's very cute. So you might notice that he said this whole little "the Matrix got me" thing, and you may be thinking, oh, it's a meme, it's a joke. He's memeing, he's joking, right? No, he is not. We're gonna talk about the red pill and the Matrix. All right. So for those of you guys that don't know, back in like 2014, 2015 whereabouts, the term red pilled started to get really popular. If you haven't seen the movie The Matrix, which I should probably let you know was made by 2 trans women, if you haven't seen the movie The Matrix, it is about a guy named Neo who exists in a virtual simulation of our reality. It's very much like the real world as we know it, but in the 90s. And in reality, everybody is in a shared simulation in a sort of diluted state and being used as living batteries inside of pods for robots, right? Now, the creators, Lana and I forget what the other Wachowski sisters' name is, but the 2 Wachowski sisters have out and said that the Matrix movies have Lily and now I've forgotten the other name now. The Wachowski sisters have confirmed that the movie has heavy inspiration from like the trans journey, like our large like parts of the movies, all 3 movies sort of message, particularly the first, I'd imagined. I don't see it. I'm a cis dude, so I don't think I'm supposed to see it. Maybe there are trans women and like trans dudes in chat who like watch the movie and they're like, yeah, I get it. It's like in Percy Jackson, where like the people who have like the Greek god blood, when they see like the Greek writing, it just kind of like morphs into English for them and they can read it without any effort or having to learn the language. Like maybe it's like that for you. It appears and you can just see it. It's like a magical spell. I haven't seen it, but I mean, I'm not going to doubt the creators of the movies themselves. With that said, though, the red pill got really popular as this, as you're waking up, right? You're waking up from the woke mind virus, the lefty SJW woke fog over your mind, and you're waking up, breaking the conditioning, and you're breaking out of the Matrix. Now, at the time, this was used very symbolically. The red pill was very, very, very much symbolic, right? They didn't literally mean you were taking the red pill and getting out of the Matrix, like there's an actual simulation. Though the red pill terminology has remained popular over the years, what's gotten a lot more popular is just the general MGTOW women ain't shit kind of mindset on the internet, right? I don't think this is debatable. And in the meanwhile, sort of like, it's almost like 2 different lines growing at once that converged and became one line that's now also rising. You had these like tech pseudo-intellectual, pseudo-futurist like dumb fucks like Elon Musk and his simps who believe in simulation theory. For those of you guys that don't know, simulation theory is the idea that we live in a simulation. And unfortunately, there are a lot of very stupid people out there that will hear like a reputable scientist or physicist or whatever say, well, there's certainly no evidence, or there's actually a higher chance than you might expect that we live in a simulation, and then they just run with it. They assume, yeah, we live in a simulation. There are a lot of people, including Elon Musk himself and a lot of his fans, who unironically actually believe we live in a simulation. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson believes in it. He doesn't believe in it, but he says he agrees it's like plausible. More plausible than you would expect, right? And yes, it is more plausible than one would expect that we live in a simulation. However, your accurate like conclusion to, okay, we live in a simulation should actually be, who cares, nothing changes. That is not how most of these people treat it. You can tell by the way that Elon Musk acts and the way that most of his dick riders act and the way that people like Andrew Tate, who also believes we live in a simulation, act, that they think their life is a video game. They're like the TikTok meme. My life is like a video. That's what they are. They're absolute cringe lord nerds. They think they're living in GTA 5 RP. With that said, though, Elon Musk. Oh, here's a good one. Here's this. This looks great. Elon Musk posted this right after Tate got arrested. What if I told you the only way to escape the Matrix is to unlearn everything that you've been taught and rebuild your entire belief system based on critical thought and analysis? This is basically just Elon Musk stroking his own cock on Twitter like, oh, I'm so smart. Oh, I'm so smart. Oh, like this should get him beat up. Like, he actually posted this unironically in response to Andrew Tate getting arrested. Here's what ended up happening following that. That's honestly quite unforgettable, if you ask me. So so Elon Musk tweeted, "Take the red pill." Ivanka Trump quote tweeted it, saying, "Taken." And Lily Wachowski, one of the co-creators of The Matrix itself, said, "Fuck both of you." Because these concepts, the red pill, the Matrix shit, is literally all just taken from the movies these two trans women made, heavily influenced by them being trans, but like the right is incapable of analyzing or making art, so they just appropriate already existing art and then like misinterpret its meaning. It's why so many conservatives are such huge fans of The Boys, despite the creator of it being like one of the biggest libby lib cucks of all time. Like unironically, the guy who makes The Boys is like liberal enough that stuff he's tweeted makes me cringe because it's so liberal at times, okay? Like, and that motherfucker makes The Boys, and conservatives nut over Homelander because he's literally a consolidation of what liberals think is like all of the worst possible traits that somebody who is conservative could have. Super racist, prone to violence, mentally, emotionally stunted man-child, basically just fakes being patriotic for the crowd to cheer. And conservatives love the guy. They love the character who we literally see the behind the scenes, oh, he's faking it all to make them love him. Like, it really shows everything that the character Homelander is meant to like display about American politics is completely accurate when you see conservatives' reaction to Homelander the character. With that said, though, I decided I would feature this amazing comment from an Andrew Tate fan in response to the tweet from Lily Wachowski, one of the creators of the Matrix movies, what their response is. Those twins found the Matrix to be too comfortable. They refused to get out. They even changed their genders to please the Matrix. The Matrix is a concept they made up. This confirms to me that if George Orwell was alive today, he would be like tweeting, guys, conservatives, 1984 is not about like a lefty dystopian future. If anything, you conservatives are bringing about the future I wrote about in 1984. You're the authoritarians. And they would respond to George Orwell, man, you really went woke, didn't you, since you wrote 1984? But don't worry, we know you were based when you wrote that book. They would actually say to George Orwell's face, if he was alive today, no, you are not a socialist. Your book is not about right-wing authoritarianism. it's about the left. You don't know what you're talking about. That is what they would do. This is the lengths the right will go to misunderstand art. You need to understand this, okay? These are not functioning human beings. So I'm going to get to the final thesis of this, okay? So Andrew Tate gets taken away on human trafficking charges and everything, and we get like the general reaction, right? Now, obviously, as expected, you get the hordes of Bored Ape NFT avatar, paid $8 for Twitter accounts on Twitter, going out to say, yeah, sex trafficking is based, bro. Fuck these hoes. Women ain't shit, bro. Fuck these hoes. Hashtag me too went too far. My favorite is when they say they're just allegations. You get so many Andrew Tate fans that are like clearly 13 years old and have only ever like seen this shit through like internet drama, who just say it's just allegations. They're only allegations. They're only allegations. And like my favorite response to that is when someone just comments a picture of Andrew Tate getting taken away by the SWAT team in handcuffs. It's some of the most delicious cope, dude. Anyway. Obviously you have like the more like hardcore ride or die Andrew Tate fans that are defending him. But then on the other hand, you have the centrists, right? Here it goes. I'm about to have to, where's the meme? This is me right now. This is literally me right now because I'm about to have to criticize Asmongold. Asmongold's one of my favorite streamers, okay? As far as like non-political content creators go. I really like him. I think he's funny. I think he's charming. I think he's knows a lot about WoW and makes good WoW content. Just overall, there's not a lot to complain about when it comes to Asmongold. If you're, I like his content, okay? Unfortunately, though, Asmongold is a massive fucking centrist, okay? He is a massive fucking fence-sitting centrist. Now, normally his intuition leads him to, like, lean off of the fence towards the correct side of any given issue, and, like, his intuition tends to lead him to good positions, but he is also oftentimes very wrong on issues. And I've criticized him for these things before briefly, but I think this is my first time substantially, cracking down and criticizing Asmongold for his very stupid tendencies, because this is a predictable line of behavior that is just a result of Asmongold's base political opinions and the way that he just goes about considering these things, right? And I'll explain it all more in depth in a moment. Asmongold backtracks after Martin Luther King Jr. and Andrew Tate comments. I was wrong. Whew. The detainment of Andrew Tate has taken headlines for the last couple of days. Actually, before I read this article, and instead of reading the article, I should just show clips. Before I read this article, I should actually instead give a little background. Asmongold, for like the first few months that Andrew Tate was really blowing up and he would talk about Andrew Tate, would pretty much always have a pretty good take about it, right? He'd be dunking on Andrew Tate, pointing out how horrible what he's saying is, and like, had good coverage of Andrew Tate, was dunking on Andrew Tate, right? But eventually, a video came along that changed things. Asmongold reacted to an interview Andrew Tate did with some British journalist, like mainstream news anchor guy. Like it might have been Andrew Neil or something, or some guy who looks like it. Does anybody know who it was? The guy's absolutely a ghoul, like the conservative, like Piers Morgan, thank you. He did his interview with Piers Morgan. And fuck, to be very clear, Piers Morgan made Andrew Tate look awful. Piers Morgan destroyed Andrew Tate, from what I remember. He took a massive L. And Asmongold reacted to that video and reacted as you'd expect. Like, oh man, Andrew Tate Andrew Tate destroyed, holy shit. He is destroying Andrew Tate here, Like, Asmongold just, like, was having perfectly great coverage. But then that video came out. That video came out where Asmongold was dunking hard on Andrew Tate and agreeing with Piers Morgan. And for those that don't know, that Piers Morgan interview was like one of the worst things. Like that was the thing that Andrew Tate's entire community at the time was massively up in arms about. So when Asmongold released that video, every latent Andrew Tate fan and his audience lost their mind. Asmongold got more dislikes in that video than I'd ever seen him get on his channel. I think he even said it was the most dislikes he's ever gotten was that video where he criticized Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate fans in Asmongold's audience turned on Asmon so hard, I believe that was the worst dislike ratio he'd ever gotten. I may be wrong on that, but I recall him saying that. I want you to think about that. That a normie, like, centrist gaming content creator got so much shit for disagreeing with Andrew Tate, he got the biggest dislike ratio, one of the biggest dislike ratios at least he'd ever gotten on his YouTube channel. I'm not done, though. Following that, Asmongold apologizes, pretty much, for that video. He essentially got canceled by Andrew Tate simps. So he apologizes, goes over the video again, but basically plays devil's advocate for Andrew Tate. And ever since then, he's basically played soft defense for Andrew Tate whenever he comes up. Like, the most... Like, basically what Asmongold will do is be like, what can you do, man? What can you do? A lot of assholes out there, you know? Just a lot of assholes on the internet, but people keep giving him money, you know? So he's basically, like, had to find this perfect middle ground of, like, not criticizing Andrew Tate too much, while also not defending him enough that, like, I mean, he's friends with, like, Hassan. He's got, like, tons of... Asmongold would get as much shit for going full left-wing for going full right-wing as he would for going full left-wing. He has to ride a very thin line not to clearly piss off a massive amount of his audience. So, he ends up saying, I think when you know what I've just said to you, watching this clip and what Asmongold says will make a lot more sense, okay? I think it'll be a lot clearer how much Asmon is trying to avoid offending the Andrew Tate fans, while also not outright defending Andrew Tate. To be clear, Asmongold's coverage of Andrew Tate has always been, like, generally on the side of making fun of him, but never to the extent that would give an Andrew Tate fan in Asmongold's chat the impression that Asmon thinks they're on the wrong path or a bad person. Like, never to the extent that an Andrew Tate fan would feel that their beliefs are unwelcome in Asmon's community. At least until he made that one video he was basically canceled over by Andrew Tate fans. Does anyone have a link to when Asmongold compared Andrew Tate getting banned to, like, MLK? I want you guys to watch this with what I just told you in mind. And this should get across, like, what I'm trying to say here, where Asmongold is trying to ride this very thin line between not defending Andrew Tate, but also not making it feel as though Andrew Tate fans in his audience ought to feel ashamed of being fans of Andrew Tate or, like, feel unwelcome in his community. So here's, like, the kind of defense that I mean when I say that he'll run defense for Andrew Tate at times. Sort of.
What's the probability that the government wants to frame the Tate brothers? I don't know, probably 50%. I think it's pretty high. Like, the government frames people all the time. Like, if we've seen anything out of, like, any of the leaks from, you know, the way that they tried to, you know, fuck with Martin Luther King and people like that, yeah, absolutely the government fucks with people. Yeah, it's Romania. Okay. What's...
Okay, so, Asmongold is not known for being, like, super duper smart or anything like that. He's known for being a generally, you know, like, he's got his head screwed on straight, generally speaking, but he's not known as, like a debate lord, big brain, intelligent, smart boy of Twitch or anything like that. Not like yours truly. Not like me. So he can kind of just get away with saying, yeah, I don't know, yeah, sure. Like, he can get away with saying something that overtly stupid, and no one's gonna call him out. Could you imagine if I said that? And can you imagine if I said something that stupid? If I said something with a straight face, seriously and unironically, that stupid on my stream, people would unsubscribe. You guys would lose your shit in chat. You'd be unsubbing in droves. You guys would be losing your faith in me. Like, it would be over. It would be fucking over, bro. But, like, Asmongold hasn't established that kind of, like, oh, you come to me for some level of, you know, well-reasoned, well-thought-out, and truthful dialogue, right? Asmongold's stream is mostly for entertainment and memes, right? But ever since the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, which his coverage of that is also a whole other can of worms, I'd say, because he basically just did essentially the same thing he did here with this Andrew Tate thing, with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. Like, it was so bizarre seeing him, like, basically immediately default to, like, Johnny Depp is probably innocent, and then, like, believe the Amber Heard shit on Johnny Depp's bed thing, but then not believe the same claim, or the thing that came from the same source, saying that Johnny Depp had hit Amber Heard. I'm pretty certain the source that proves, or claims, I should say, that Amber Heard shit on Johnny Depp's bed also claims that he hit her. It was so bizarre watching, like, how much people were willing to, like, discount information that was basically confirmed by other. It was a shit show. It was a fucking shit show. Okay, it was bad. Anyway, Asmongold, basically decides he's going to compare this to MLK, right? And while, sure, there may be somewhere that he thinks this makes sense, I think this is really him trying to play devil's advocate and to some extent appease a lot of the Andrew Tate fans in his audience, because a lot of them were asking, like, Asmon, don't you think he could have been framed? Asmon, don't you think he was probably framed? And Asmongold's like, yeah, the government does stuff like that. And somebody in chat says, Asmon, this is the Romanian government. It's super corrupt. They don't usually go after wealthy, powerful people like this. And Asmongold's like, yeah, so that if they're corrupt, then that's an even higher chance they'd go after him if he's innocent. And it's like, so you think that, like, corrupt governments spend their time going after innocent, ultra wealthy people? Like, the most corrupt governments in the world spend their time going after totally innocent, ultra wealthy people over nothing, just framing them to shut them down for no reason other than, I guess, they're saying bad shit. Like, I don't know. It makes no sense. It's all just to play devil's advocate for the people in his audience that like Andrew Tate. It stands up to no logical scrutiny. Anyway, he got a lot of shit for this because, thank God, like a lot of other streamers in the space, you can see Sweet Anita is behind here. I imagine Sweet Anita probably was not happy with Asmongold saying this. A lot of, like, Asmongold's friends with a lot of, like, marginally left-leaning women in the streamer space. And I imagine a lot of them weren't too happy to hear him sort of subtly defending Andrew Tate. I imagine Sweet Anita might have been one of them. So yeah, this is Asmongold basically responding to the shit he got for defending Andrew Tate, more or less. Engaging in the conspiracism to try to come up with a reality in which Andrew Tate is not guilty of the things he's basically admitted to.
So earlier at the stream, I was talking about there were a lot of people who were not happy that I compared the Andrew Tate thing. I used like an example of the government framing somebody as like MLK, right? Martin Luther King. And I used that example and I said that chances of the government framing him were like 50%. Both of these two things were stupid to say and they're not true. And people said this a bunch of times. Everybody said it was fucking stupid. And I fucking hate having to go on and say that I was wrong. I fucking hate it. I almost never do it. I will find little ways how I wasn't wrong and how it was different, but I was fucking, it was stupid. I shouldn't have said it. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I like Asmon. I do like him, but like he is... My enjoyment of large, and I mean like ultra large public figures is always going to be limited because in order to maintain that level of popularity, they're forced to engage in this really depersonalized like scrubbing of their entire personality. I think a really good video about this was in regards to Mr. Beast. Nobody actually knows much of anything about Mr. Beast as a person, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Mr. Beast is not really, like, he's just an inoffensive, like, unless you know about his, like, Musk dick riding on Twitter or whatever, like, as far as his videos go, if you just watched his videos on YouTube, which is the vast majority of his fans, there's nothing offensive about it. It's just watchable, clickable content with a nondescript, non-remarkable, unoffensive personality presenting it, right? And I think that's what a lot of these larger content creators have to wrestle against to some extent. Asmongold does not have this problem nearly as bad as anybody else, which is why I like him so much. But a lot like Dream, back when Dream wasn't outed as like a weirdo, enjoying Dream's content was really hard because it felt so fake, and like Dream was clearly pretending to be some super clean, like scrubbed clean like version. I don't know, it felt so disingenuous. Like you didn't know anything about Dream, right? There's nothing there. I don't even know what's Dream's favorite color. Probably that light lime green, but if that wasn't his profile picture, you wouldn't know Dream's favorite color if it wasn't for his skin and that lime green that he uses, right? Like it's that kind of stuff, right? Maybe he talks about it more in like his streams and stuff, but from the content I've seen, his most popular content on his YouTube channel, like you watch a Captain Sparkles video and he talks about his day and what he's interested in. I know what Captain Sparkles likes. He likes cars. He likes modding cars and souping up cars. He's a humble guy that doesn't like showing off, but he still has that interest and likes to talk about it, but he does it in a really humble way that doesn't like feel like he's flexing on people. He's just kind of passionate about something and likes to show it off. I know that he enjoys, I think right now he's been back in Minecraft again. I know that he's been playing Minecraft again. I know that he enjoys working out. I know that he's super into fitness. I know that he hates when people don't re-rack their weights. Like the guy has gone on rants about like pet peeves that he has when he's at the gym and stuff. Like I've watched the guy for a long time and I know more or less like what the guy's like, right? And it's sort of like a real parasocial relationship you can form with the content creator. In the case of Dream, or a lot of these like giga clout carrying figures, like there's nothing there. Like there's barely any personality to speak of. Hassan is a good example of this. Like Hassan has had his personality heavily bleached away by time and popularity. He used to be a lot edgier and a lot more distinct, I would say. Like, I actually really like Hassan's older content, but nowadays he's a lot more kind of a generic clout bro on Twitch, you know? He's appropriated all of that clout bro kind of terminology and language, and he's just in that space, and, you know, he's sanitized himself to be in that space. Yeah. I wondered why I didn't like him. That's probably why. It comes with popularity. Yeah, it's hard to tell if that's what makes people popular or if that's necessary to maintain popularity, or if it's a mistake people keep making upon gaining popularity because they think it's necessary. Hard to say. It's possible that you have to do that or your channel will just disintegrate once it gets to a certain size. It can't survive, you know? It's possible that's the case. Regardless, though, the reason why I wanted to feature Asmongold's response to Andrew Tate getting arrested is because it goes to show how far people are willing to reach to defend this guy and the right. The right has so much benefit of the doubt. People on the right, they're like public figures, they're propagandists. There is so much benefit of the doubt that they are given when it comes to them doing something bad. They can scam their audience of thousands or millions of dollars with crypto rug pull scams and, MLM marketing schemes. But hey, they're a capitalist. They're just hustling. What you gonna do? Right? Like, there's so much, like, give that they have. But, like, if you're a trans teenager with blue hair on TikTok and you say like a trigger word for these conservative types, they'll lose their mind. And even centrists will jump on board. Like normie centrist types will jump on board with attacking you, right? Like anybody who is on the left or is part of a marginalized group the left like generally tries to fight for representation of, they lose their shit like piranhas, yeah. And it really goes to show where their biases are, right? Like the centrist position pretty much defaults to benefiting the right every time. So like, it's why it's so annoying when people try to pretend like I'm such a rational, centrist fence sitter. It's like, no, go fuck yourself. No issue is so black and white that there is a line that you can ride on between it, right? Usually it is a gradient of black and gray and white, but there's still a black and a white on the other on either end, right? And that's most of the gradient. I hope this makes sense. My point is most conservatives are fucking insane. And sure, there's a few reasonable cases where the right has some points once or twice. It happens. It's the, broken clock twice a day. You know the meme. That's that center gray part of the gradient. But most of the time, the right takes the objectively evil side, and the left takes the objectively good side. Like, it's just unanimously, like 99.9% of the time, that is the case. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to support my content, my channel, my videos, my streams, etc., then you can do so for completely free simply by hitting the like button on this stream. It actually twists YouTube's arm and forces them to push my content, my videos, my streams, and my channel out to brand new people who've never seen it before, as well as my subs who haven't already been notified. So yeah, it really does help out a lot if you hit that like button. I really appreciate it. You can also comment down below anything that you like. It really helps to push my content in the algorithm, and I really do appreciate it. You can also subscribe, ring the bell icon to turn on all notifications so YouTube tells you when I go live or upload a new video. And of course, you can follow all of my social medias linked down below in the description, including my Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, fan Discord, and my Patreon. And finally, if you want to support me financially a little bit more directly, you can come to my website, xanderhall.com/live, and hit either the donate button or the subscribe button up there on the top left of the screen. And you can donate straight to me, or you can subscribe for yourself to get all sorts of cool perks and a colored name in my website chat, or you can gift subs to other people, which is always pretty cool and always a kind leftist thing to do, I think. With all that said, thank you all so much for your support. I really appreciate it, no matter how you support me or what you did while you were watching, and have a good one.